Hello and welcome to Small Business CEO TV, where small business finds big ideas. My name is Glenn Garnes and I'm your host, and I'm also the founder of Small Business CEO. This show is about introducing business owners to both customers and colleagues. In other words, everyone in their communities. Our goal is to allow you to get to know the business owner as you get to know their business, and to help you to develop stronger bonds with the people who serve you through business. So today I have joining me in the studio a very special young man who happens to also be a co-host on several of our TV shows and things that we're doing together, Mr. Rob Howze of Fit World. And we're going to talk with Rob about his business, his background, and what brought him into the fitness industry. Rob, thank you for joining us on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
We have so many different things going. I got to remember which one we're doing right now.
Right.
But we're here today to talk about you and Fit World.
I love it.
What I want to do before we jump into your business is to talk a little bit about Rob Howze and you know, some of the things that led up to your starting Fit World and being passionate about fitness and about health and wellness. And frankly, you're passionate more about evolution and about self-improvement.
Yeah.
And Fit World is simply the vehicle by which you're doing some of that. So we're going to get into that as well. But
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about where you're from, how you got here.
Well, I was born on a place called Buffalo, New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of snow over there, cold. And I was actually, I had a great opportunity. I had growing up in the hood and the suburbs. My dad lived, when I say hood, I mean, you know, it was kind of hood. You didn't die every day, but be careful. I did get shot there. And then literally a mile up the street, a mile and a half, was my grandmother in the suburbs. So I got a chance to experience two different demographics.
Yeah, very stark contrast.
Yeah.
What'd you learn from that?
That people struggle with the same thing, their mindset. It doesn't matter if you were a black kid from the ghetto or you're suburban, school, high class, low class. We all struggle with mindset, making bad decisions, bad choices, and not being accountable and not know how to get out of it. I watched my friends who in high school now at the same time, they have the same mindset they did in high school because no one ever helped them turn it over. So I knew there was a business for that, but you know, I let time continue, and through my training, becoming a minister and a personal trainer, I found my niche of helping people get fit mentally, physically, and spiritually all in one spot.
So you kind of covered that really quickly.
Yeah.
You were both a minister and you eventually became a personal trainer. How did you make that transition? What was the impetus for that?
Well, there came a point in time where I really wanted to grow closer to God. I knew that my faith was the foundation of everything. And so without my faith, you know, I left it up to myself, and I was tired of doing that. So I got into the Word, I started studying, and I felt better. I became a better person, I made better choices, my psychology changed. I said, this is pretty good. So I got licensed, became a pastor, was leading a church, I spoke all over the country, and that really built me up and helped to build my integrity, my morals. It just helped to get me solid for what was to come, called entrepreneurship.
Wow. So you went from being a minister, which in some ways is entrepreneurship, because you've got to be able to run your church like a business to be able to serve the people.
Yeah.
But it's a different type of environment, of course. Personal training, how did you get into personal training?
So I've always been fit, always in shape, because I just been competitive, been in sports, intramural sports my whole life, and I always wanted to be better than the person in front of me. Well, I knew what it took to do that, and I saw that actually there was a very small percentage of people who could keep that and maintain that. So there was a void where I could take what I knew physically, all the information, education, and I could help people not just get fit but live longer. So I got certified, went through the process, and started doing group training, and that was great. But again, it was limited, because as a personal trainer, you're there to help the body, somewhat the mind, but they're not really that interested in it. Here's the deal: if you don't fix this, none of it matters. You know.
Yeah, well, you and I both know that.
Yeah. So I realized that if the mind's not ready, the body will never be prepared. So so then I stopped doing that, and then I started
doing the personal training,
and began to now just coach people, and just coach them personal training, and using what I've learned from psychology, from the ministry, to make the whole person. And I realized I was having more success taking that route. letting folks know when they approach me, if you work with me, this is what I'm working on. Mind, body, spirit, those three things together. They came in, they went out, the retention was good, people were coming back, more results were happening. Why? Because we were focusing on the whole person.
Yeah, it's interesting because when I think of a personal trainer, I'm thinking of someone who's basically going to be my taskmaster when I'm in the gym. You know, making sure I'm getting that last rep out.
Right.
But you learned how to combine the skills of speaking to people's hearts through ministry with the fitness aspect of things. And that became a vehicle by which you were able to influence them in a bigger way.
That's to the point, right to the core. And if you think about it, you know, you're not just mind, you're not just body, you're not just spirit, you are all three. And if you service I'm going to say the word service, all three, you'll get results for all three. And that's, you know, and it's a deep route, and it's a different perspective than what we're used to. We're used to doing one or the other. But when you take the whole person and you work on cleansing yourself of detoxing of negative thinking, start working on yourself. Personal development is working on yourself personally, right? You are activating your faith, meaning, yes, you don't have it in front of you, but it still exists. And if it exists, that means it can be yours. So believe that you can already have it. It's just a mindset as opposed to, oh, that's a big mountain. Oh. So there's a faith. And in the body, clearly, just cutting out sugar, cutting it back, starting eating whole foods, vegetables, fruits, coloring your plate, and just being aware of what you're putting in your body. Those three things together, you'll not only lose weight, you'll build a business, you'll be a better husband, better father, better leader, better everything.
And that is at its heart what life is all about, is living that balance that brings you that result. That becomes an exponential multiplier when you get all those things working together. You taught me that, so.
Yeah. Wow, it's good stuff, man.
Yeah. So you started Fit World. Tell me a little bit about how that came into existence. You left the ministry. Well, you didn't leave the ministry.
Right.
You just stopped focusing that as an exclusive thing. Became a personal trainer, worked with people for a little while, saw a vision for how you could have a greater impact, and out of that arose Fit World.
Man, let me tell you, back in the days before the world, U.S. had anything, then we got the railroads, you know, and then the railroads, then we had the oil, then we had the lights, and then we had, you know, the electricity and the cars, and then the internet.
Yeah, that kind of changed everything.
The internet. So now, something like this that we're doing would have cost $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 if we want to put this on a major network, ABC, NBC, CBS. Internet allows you to do that instantly.
Let me tell you something. Let me diverge for a minute.
Yeah.
Back in 2004, I flew out to Hollywood to produce an infomercial for a product that I had developed or was promoting with a group of people. It cost us $20,000 to shoot for 8 hours in a studio, and that was before there was any airtime purchase to then run that TV show. 30 minutes. Took us 8 hours, 10 hours to produce it.
Wow.
I don't know how much time they spent editing it, but you're absolutely right. That's what the numbers were back then. You know, and then you fast forward to today.
Fast forward.
And it's amazing what we're doing today.
And so, if I learned that mind, body, and spiritual, if you take care of that package, is a package deal, you get better results. Well, then I could spread that message, but I can also connect people who work in a variety of areas, whether it's personal trainers, life coaches, health coaches, dietitians, psychologists, anybody that supports, and I can connect them, interconnect them through the internet, allowing people who need their services to connect with them instantly. So essentially, you think about, if you're looking for whatever you're looking for, you can go to your phone and click on a button and scroll through a variety of profiles and find the person you're looking for and connect with them instantly. A lot of reasons we don't go to the doctor or go get ourselves checked out is because it's time. And we feel like we don't have time. So because we don't have time, we don't do what's necessary for us. So making it more convenient, more accessible.
Removes all the excuses.
Removes it. So that's the one side of Fit World.
Okay.
I think I'm going fast, but you know.
Now see, Fit World has so many components. I mean, so many different facets, so many different ways that you touch people's lives that we could be here for a while to cover everything. But let me ask you, what I'll say succinct way, what would be your 30-second description of what Fit World is all about?
connecting people to wellness.
From a mind, body, and spirit standpoint.
Yeah, from a mind, body, and spiritual standpoint.
And what are the vehicles by which you're doing it? You alluded to the fact that you're doing some broadcasting on the internet. What are tell me about some of the programming that you have in place for that.
So our biggest program, so there's two customers, two people we service. One is a provider of a sort, health and wellness, mind, body, spirit, under the holistic umbrella. And then the person who's looking for growth, to lose weight, get in better shape, think better, build more discipline, that's another umbrella. And so for that, our big program now, our flagship, is our 40 for 40 program. And what this is, it's literally a 40-day process of helping people break bad habits and build new ones through a regimen of exercising.
New good habits.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people break bad habits and develop a new bad habit.
Right. One of the biggest things we learn, and people will learn, is that in order to get rid of a bad habit, you got to come up with another good one. Because you just remove the bad one, it will replace itself, it will duplicate itself in a different way. So we're breaking old bad habits and building new good ones. Scientifically, we've heard it takes 30 days to form a habit, a couple of days off or on, but it takes 40 days to master one. So with those 10 extra days in our 40-day program, we're helping folks really begin to eat differently, think differently, consistently, and then what happens is that new lifestyle change becomes their habit. So now they've just got rid of the bad habits, created some new ones that are now going to be creating the life that they want. We think we get the life we want just by saying, I want the life I want. But it comes from the habits, and your habits come from the consistent behavior that you do.
That's right. Now, it does still start with mindset, though.
It does.
You've got to shift them into a mindset where they want to do it, and now you're facilitating the activities will allow them to implement what it is they have in their hearts to do after you've planted that seed with
Absolutely.
them.
Absolutely.
That's a beautiful thing,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Beautiful thing.
That's the process. So 40 days, and nobody is the same. Everybody, 100% of the people have had some kind of idea. Now, if they're consistent, even if you fall off during the 40 days, some people, sneak some sugar or eat a cake or they go to a wedding. Things happen, but it's not about falling off the wagon. It's about not getting ran over by it.
And that's a great point. A lot of people feel like they have to go all the way back to square one when they have diverged a little bit. And what you're basically saying is just get back on the road and keep going. You don't have to go back to the beginning of the roadmap.
Right.
Just keep going.
Just keep going.
Yeah, I love that.
That's it.
That's probably one of the best pieces of advice you can give someone. Because you've probably been through this yourself, which is why you know. I allowed myself to get off the map or off track. I actually suffered an injury and stopped doing everything. That didn't make any sense at all. Just because my shoulder was injured and I couldn't lift, that I stopped eating well too. But I'm back on track, and I have learned from that experience not to let that happen again. And what you're basically saying is everyone just needs to get back on the road.
That's it. And that's Fit World. And I believe our hashtag is 1 billion healthy.
I was just getting ready to ask you. I love when you say that. So say it again, because that makes my heart sing when your goal is expressed the way you just did. So tell us again.
So our goal is hashtag 1 billion healthy. That's our hashtag, 1
Say it
billion
slowly, because I like the way it sounds.
Hashtag 1 billion healthy.
Yes, 1
1
billion
billion
healthy. Imagine the impact of that. You know why that's important, and why I asked you to keep mentioning that? Because if you had 1 billion people who were all changing their lives, and they each just knew 10 more people who are watching their action, think about that. That's where you get the multiplier effect.
That's it.
It's the peer influence factor.
That's it.
That's
when I going back to that internet thing, the power of the internet. We have that capability to do what you just spoke of, because with the internet, energy is transmittable. So you can feel energy everywhere. Everything is energy. Well, that hashtag 1 billion healthy, no matter how you look at it, and once you share it, it goes out, and people click on it, and then whatever's connected to that, they get to see and experience. And so because of the internet, we literally can do this 1 billion healthy quicker than we would maybe imagine.
Exactly, exactly. I'm so glad you took the time to master these technologies, because you're broad. I see you every day. You're live streaming every day, sharing wisdom every morning, during the day, and then even in between sharing, you're sharing. So and that you're right. That wouldn't have happened but for the fact that these technologies exist, and you're using them as a way to help people to evolve. And that is the beautiful part of what you do, is that everything you do is about helping people get access to knowledge and information that's going to make a difference in their ability to paint their own picture and to really write their own ticket.
Somebody write that down, please.
Well, we are recording. We are recording. So. Now, I want to, before we wrap up, I want to find out, who are you looking to get connected with?
Literally two entities. One, any kind of provider of health and wellness, again, under the holistic umbrella, life coach, personal trainer, doctor, mentor, anyone who is providing services to people to better their lives.
Like naturopathic physicians and people like that.
Yep.
Okay.
And then on the other side, anyone who's interested in improving their life, whether that be lose weight. Losing weight is the focal point because a lot of folks come down that alley. You know, I want to lose weight, but through that process, they learn it's here. This is what has to grow, and once this grows, you know, everything else. Once this grows, everything else grows.
You actually told me that losing weight is a byproduct of taking an interest in your wellness.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So it's an end result that comes from the decision to care about you.
That's it. The way you just said it. If I go into this thing, I gotta lose 30 pounds. I gotta go to this wedding. You might lose the weight, but it's probably gonna come back. But if you say I gotta lose 30 pounds because I want to be a better person, I want to feel better, I want to live better. Oh, that weight's coming off and probably some more, and you're gonna inspire other people.
Beautiful.
Come on, that's it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, for those of you that are interested, Rob is obviously a member of Small Business CEO, and he's available. His one-page website is viewable from within the member directory in the state of Maryland. So if you go to www.sbceo.com, www.sbceo.com, and you click on the member map and then Maryland, you'll be able to find Rob in the health and beauty section. And also if you click view all members in Maryland, you'll be able to scroll through and find him there as well. But please get connected to Rob. He's a very special, talented individual who is truly heart-centered and wants people to do well. And you just heard his story. You just heard exactly what he has the ability to do for you and exactly who he's looking to serve and who can help him get that 1 billion healthy mission accomplished. So we're going to be doing our part here to help him, and I encourage you to join that effort for yourself and for others. So for the rest of you that are also wondering, how can you become part of Small Business CEO? Let me take a moment to share that with you right now. If you're on the website, or if you're going to visit the website after watching this, go to sbceo.com and simply click the link at the top that says Join the Network. You'll see the membership options there, and you'll be able to select the one that makes the most sense for you. We would be delighted to have you join the Small Business CEO Network, where small business finds big ideas. And on behalf of Rob Howze of Fit World, I want to thank you for watching this episode of Small Business CEO TV.